Hey everybody, welcome to the Chain Out Fantasy League. I'm Daryl. I'm joined as always by my co-host Jeremy. How you doing, Jeremy?
Doing well. Shout out to all the JPOW fans. We're back for another tournament.
That shout out didn't take that long. And this tournament we are joined by Mark Thompson. How are you doing, Mark?
Hey everybody, I'm doing good. How about yourselves?
Doing fantastic. Riding the high from the last event. If you didn't get a chance to watch the last episode, we did the
I did.
Foxwood Open with Tim Plamondon. I had a great event last week or last tournament, Jeremy. How did you go?
You know, my team showed up at the start there. We were playing really hard. I just think what we needed was just a little more time to kind of regroup there going into the last day. I think this week we're going to put together a team that's going to be 3 days in a row. Fantastic. But last time it just didn't happen, Daryl. Didn't happen.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you. It's not going to happen this week. You say that Team Shambles was kind of self-proclaimed name, but I'm kind of liking it.
Is it kind of like an underdog name of sorts, hey?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I think Jeremy still won last week for most participation awards, though.
Exactly. Showing up after 3 days. You know,
Yeah.
you're going to try and say that if it was a four-day event, you may have come back, but
Yeah, if it was kind of like a world's event, you know, with 7 days worth of... Oh, wait, no, that's not right.
Yeah. Okay, well, seeing as we're talking about the last episode, let's go and have a look at the standings, and we'll see that Team Shambles took down the victory with 13, Tim Plamondon came in second with 12, and Team J-Pow brought up the rear with 7 points. But going forward, we're happy to announce that BR Disc Golf is going to give away a $10 gift card if any one of us gets to 10 points, and a $15 gift card if any one of us gets to 15 points. How do you feel about that, Jeremy?
You know, I feel that if you start a little lower, the only way you can go is up, and we're going to rock it up. Like we're going to the moon, baby.
Are you feeling confident about this episode, Mark?
You know, I think I've set my sights pretty high, and I think I'll be able to pull something through here. Yeah, we'll see how my picks go, but I may be in the, I don't know, lowest qualified category here.
Well, I mean, all you've got to do really is just beat 7 points, and you're already ahead of Jeremy. So
Yeah. I feel like
You know,
I'll
the
be
other
back
thing,
for sure.
the other
With
thing,
the
Daryl, was
sorry, I just want to point out the fact that with that 13-point victory, that makes Team Shambles one tournament victory up. I mean, we've only done one episode, so it kind of stands to reason, but I just got to put it out there.
Well, you might as well keep
You might as
going
well
because I
quit
know
while you're
where we're
ahead.
going next.
Oh. So the other part of the voting and the points based thing is that we also put it out on the social media, and I took down the fan vote as well. Everybody recognized that my team was the greatest and that I was going to pull it through. And actually, Mark even voted for me as well. So
I don't know if I'll be able to
Well,
vote for you this week, though. I'll see how it goes.
well, at least you'll get one vote when you vote for yourself, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That'll
Yeah.
be the only
Or
vote you
two. I
get.
probably have another account I can use.
There you go.
Mark, you know what? If I can't win, I hope you do because it feels like, and maybe he hasn't done it, but Team Shambles has recorded his little thing from our previous podcast where he's like, looky, looky, looky. And then he just kind of teases me with it and trolls me with it. So I'm looking forward to you or I doing that back to him next time.
That's just the Daryl version of the Matthew McConaughey, is it? All right, all right, all right.
Don't worry, Jeremy. You'll get to hear it a lot more throughout the season. So
there you go. Well, you know, last time when Tim was on the show, I know we've got it as team guest invite, but he called himself Team Firebird.
yeah,
I'm Team J-Pow. You're embracing Team Shambles.
are we going?
Well,
We're
what are you
going
gonna
early
be?
with the team name.
Well, or we could wait. We can wait. Just make sure we get it in Mark's mind that when he starts announcing his picks, he better have a team name ready, right?
Do you have it? Do you
I
have a
got
team
one.
name ready? Or
I was given a name at Drayton Valley, and I think I'll just use that one.
All
okay. Well,
right.
if you want to share it, let's put it up here right now.
So I'm gonna be Team Tree Love.
Team Tree Love. Okay.
Now, I don't know. Is there more to that story that can be shared on a podcast or what?
Yeah, I think it's pretty PG. Yeah, it was beginning to be comical how often I would hit trees and still land middle of the fairway, and
Mm.
it was a bit much. I was starting to laugh myself, and apologize for how generous the trees were being for me. So
I think me and Jeremy can testify that we've seen that as well.
Yeah. I don't
yeah,
think it's only on one course. We think we've seen it happen to you at many courses.
so I'm not gonna lie. Whatever you guys have seen, it was like times that by 5. It was it was kind of ridiculous.
Well, there you go. So we got Team Tree Love, Team Shambles, Team J Pow. Are we going to get into this thing or what? What tournament are we doing again?
Yeah, we're doing the Tournament Capital Open. For those who didn't watch the last episode, I'm just going to quickly run down the rules. So, out of our picks, you get 3 MPO, 3 FPO picks. If your pick wins the event, you'll get 5 points. If you finish on the podium, you get 3. And if your other pick gets in the top 10, you'll get 1 point. So, for those of you who are good at math, out of your 6 picks, if they all finish on the podium, first, second, and third, maximum points you'll get is 22. There we go.
Yeah.
So,
Sounds good to
without
me.
further ado, previously to the episode, we did random draw, rock, paper, scissors, everything else, and we determined that I would go first.
Looky.
Lucky.
Wow.
You haven't got it quite right, Jeremy. I'm gonna trademark that. So I'll be going first. Then it'll be Team Tree Love, and as always, Team J Powell bringing up the rear.
Yep. We can win from the back of the box. We are second chase card, and we're going to get up there.
So, with that being said, let's get this ball rolling.
Do we cheers first or later?
Oh, we could do that right now.
We can cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers.
like, the pregame. Cheers.
I wish you some amount of luck,
but not as much as my luck.
But not as
all the
much.
tree luck. That's all I want.
Yeah, there you go.
Another tree-filled weekend to go into. So
That's right.
So, Team Shambles would like to welcome everybody here. We'd like to give a shout out to everybody watching back home. We're pleased to be here, but with the first overall pick in the Tournament Capital Open Chain Out Fantasy Draft, Team Shambles picks from Victoria, BC. Person has 14 career wins, played in 8 tournaments this year. Team Shambles is picking 904 rated friend of the show, Gabby Lee.
Good pick,
Nice.
Team Shambles. I will tell you, Team J Pow had that name queued up, ready to go, and you've done a very good job at your first pick.
There you go. I learned from last episode.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, we'll hand over
Makes
the proceedings
sense.
to Team Tree Love.
Alrighty, well, here goes my first draft of this type ever. Second overall, I'm going with the highest rated MPO on the Canadian Tour, I believe.
Oh.
Thomas Gilbert. He's got 34 career wins, and he's got to make that back to back. He got that TCO win in 2023 by 2 strokes with a 1040 rated final round. So I hope he's still got the adrenaline off that Foxwood Open win, and he's going to take the win home for this one too.
Nice work.
It's a good, solid pick.
Well, not to be outdone, Team J Pow is very happy to be here. We've been working hard. We've got a team in the background crunching numbers, shaking hands, making phone calls, doing all we can to make sure that not only are we picking great players, but that we are in touch with those players. This is a team here, a team environment, and that's what we're doing. And with pick number 3, our first pick for Team J Pow, we're going to pick a MPO player who's 10-10 rated. He's comes out of Ankeny, Iowa, but currently lives in British Columbia. He was the winner of the 2024 Mexican Disc Golf Championships and just placed 8th at the Cascade Challenge. We'd like to welcome Nicholas Culver to Team JPOW.
Nice.
I
Good,
do
Okay.
hear
good
the
pick.
applause out there, crowd. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And
I'm not
and
going to play for
Jeremy,
every person.
did you see who he beat to take first place in that tournament?
It was Kyle Klein,
No,
wasn't it? No, it was
it
Kevin
was
Jones.
Kevin Jones.
Kevin
Kevin
Jones,
Jones and
yeah.
Luke Humphreys. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that's a
And
big
then
win.
second on our pick for Team JPOW here,
Yep.
another fantastic player. We're going to go to the FPO this side. This player's 909 rated, coming out of Victoria, BC. She has her own course, her own private course that she practices on. She won the Cascade Challenge. We're going to put Christy Lee on our team. Welcome to the team, Christy.
Nice.
Good. There's a see. This is the problem with going first. You get the overall
Yeah,
first
yeah.
pick, but now
I
I
kind
can
of
start
like
to
where
see
I'm at.
all my picks get picked off. Exactly. Being in the middle is not so bad.
And also too, your guys'
Exactly.
silence says a whole lot about how wonderful Team JPOW is looking. So Tree Love, what's going
All
on with
right.
your next pick?
Okay, so this one shouldn't be that bad for me, but I was going to mention earlier if there's any problem with my pronunciation of names, you can blame me fully. I'm not the one for that, so I will do my best. But my second pick for Team Tree Love is going to be an FPO from Victoria, BC as well, which seems to be a very common theme at this tournament.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's currently rated 899, really creeping on that 900 mark, so I'm sure she's got that coming up for her. She is also going along with my theme, last year's TCO winner, Julie Mowens.
Yes.
Um, just wanted to make a note here. While playing in the Las Vegas Challenge back in 2022, she scored a 999 rated round and ended up
Oh,
bringing her back up to 14th place.
good
Wow.
stuff.
It's a pretty
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
deal for me. Yeah.
Not gonna lie,
Julie
that
and
was my
Gabby
next pick.
Julie and Gabby battled it out hard in the last TCO, and Gabby was always just that one stroke
Yeah.
behind her, and Julie kept it, so she's got that competitive edge. She knows how to win.
Oh yeah.
Good
Good
choice,
under
Team
pressure.
Tree Love.
That's what I like. That's what I like.
Okay. Well, then that brings it back to Team Shambles for 2 picks. Okay. I got to be honest. Last episode when we were talking to Tim and after the episode you kind of mentioned that you take your 9 MPO, 9 FPO, you mush them together in a kind of a 1 to 18 order so that if somebody goes you just move right along to the next pick. I did that for the first 5 picks and now I'm kind of like scrambling. So I think
Well,
Team Shambles
that's
is
why your
holding
team
up.
shambles.
Exactly. Okay, so with my second overall pick, I'm going to pick this FPO rated or FPO player from Calgary, Alberta,
Mhm.
rated 875, 4 career wins, member of PDGA since 2021, and recently at an event that all 3 of us are at Spring Runoff, she finished second. Team Shambles is going to pick Amber Chason.
Yes.
Nice.
And anybody who watches Amber's social media, she's got a little girl there and cutest little thing teaching her how to play disc golf early. She's always putting discs in baskets and doing things like that. And yeah, that was definitely a selection for Team JPOW. So good choice there,
Yeah.
Shambles.
And then for my third overall pick,
All
I'm
right, we're giving
surprised
you
that you kind
another
of
one.
didn't follow along with the same suit that Tim and I did last week, with there only being 10 FPO players. Um, the limit that you're going to get on the podium is kind of drastically reduces with the more people that play. So pick, sorry.
But
For
Jeremy's
my
only
third
going for that
overall
one
pick,
point anyway.
the third overall pick, Team Shambles is going to pick this player from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, 856 rated, 860, sorry, 856 rated, 6 career wins in 2 years, including a second at last week's Big Bear Classic. We welcome Bailey Inglis to the team.
Nice.
And that concludes my 3 FPO picks, first, second,
Well,
and third. I
look
thank you
at you
very much.
go.
I don't know how I already forgot, but I was definitely only picking 2 for each. And I know I didn't listen. It's okay.
You
All
did
right,
say
guess.
2, and then we corrected you to 3, and then you went back to 2 again.
Yeah. And then I went
I-
to the BC Open instead of this one, and yeah, it's okay. I'm confused lately.
So our listeners who are
Can
out
we
there
just
with
can we hand the name Team Shambles off to different guests each week?
I was
Seems
going
like
to
a good
say with
idea.
that, Daryl,
Yeah.
is that
I look so
so
prepared
this
on paper.
we we get the guests on the show and they're going to be the voice of the listeners and they're representing, they have all this weight on their shoulders. Team Tree Love is delivering.
Yep.
You're welcome. That's why I'm
Okay.
here.
So it is back
All
to you,
right.
Mark.
So yeah, with with saying that, I will continue to try and pick more people than I thought I should. So, and in saying that, Daryl let out a little secret there that I didn't pay attention to enough. Um,
Oh.
I will be picking an FBO as my next choice here. I may have gone out of order on purpose here, but I think I'm going to go with an underdog that I don't know if I should even call an underdog. I'm going to go with from Squamish, BC now,
Oh.
Brianna Ainsley. She's currently rated 859. She has played in 97 events in her
Wow.
career so far, and 27 wins in those 97 events. And she finds the podium often, and I don't just mean normally often. In 2021, she played in 11 events and only missed the podium twice, and those 2 times she came in fourth. So,
Wow.
oh, and also she played in the Toronto Island Maple Leaf in 2021 as well. She finished third, right behind Colleen McInnes, and right ahead of none other than Chantal Badinsky.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, she's a solid
So
pick.
I'm going with that one.
I believe she finished 7th at last year's TCO, so she's got experience in the tournament.
I saw that as well, yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping she's got that woods practice down pat now.
Yeah.
Well, good job, Team Tree Love. And Team JPOW is back up on this podium here. And we're going to make our third pick of the evening. This
Podium's
third
easy, there's only
pick,
3 of us, eh?
yes, as we trade them around here, I'm back up at the front. And so with our third pick, we are going to go back to MPO. We're going to go with a guy that is amazing in the fact that he plays in the Kamloops area. He rips up the course. He's lifting a championship belt up on the regular. He is 988 rated. It says he's from Kelowna, but I know he spends time in Kamloops. He's played 4 tournaments this year. He's won 3 and placed second in the other one. We welcome Carver Whitford to Team JPOW. Thank you.
Good
All
Thank you
right.
very much. Now, as we
And
move
if
to
I'm
our
not
fourth pick,
mistaken, sorry, Jeremy, if I'm not mistaken, this is Carver's first year accepting money as an MPO.
oh, it may be too, because
Yeah.
he is in that kind of in that junior range or just out of junior range, right in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And also to note that he's played in 4 events this year and he's never finished lower than second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So that'll give me my second MPO player. We're going to move and go to our third MPO player just to cap that part off. This has been a guest on the Chain Out podcast. This person, one of the friendliest, nicest guys that you'll ever meet. He hugs the basket after every single putt just to show love to the course and love to the game. What do we got here? He's just coming off a win, actually. Maybe at the Pork Pie Classic. Everyone's heard of that tournament. It's one of the big. Sorry, I'm very excited about that tournament. It's one of my favorites. We're going to welcome Miguel Alvarado to the not to the show, but to Team JPOW.
Team JPOW, yeah. Friend
We
of the
are kind of
show.
a bit of a
Good
show at
pick.
Team JPOW.
Finished 13th last year at TCO.
Yes, and he was on lead coverage, or was it first round coverage there too? You can catch him.
Okay.
Back to you
Team
there.
Tree Love.
You guys aren't making this easy for me, are you?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I'm just going to play
The
the
best thing
flip-flop
about
because I've
any
got
type
that
of audio
singles thing.
podcast is silence. We'll tell you that much.
Well,
Team
Mark's
Tree Love.
screen is frozen.
Right?
Oh.
Uh-oh, is it?
I
Oh, it
guess I
says
should
trying
have
to
looked at that,
reconnect.
eh?
Exactly.
Why is my
We can
internet
edit
no
this
good?
part.
Am I
Yeah,
good?
for sure.
If you stop talking, then we don't have to talk over him.
Ask him to reset. Hey.
Yeah. Okay, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, I don't know what that was
Yeah,
No,
you
about.
no,
froze up for like 20
I'm gonna
seconds.
say it's
So
the weather.
no.
sure.
Yeah, it's all good. What Daryl will just cut it. So just go back to like you're just starting to do your announcement, like right from there.
Just when Jeremy
Okay,
just
sounds good.
finished
Let me
saying his
just
thing.
get right me back to where I was then, because I forgot a small detail for a person, and I just need to look it up quickly.
All good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I didn't write it down. Didn't know what it was anyway. Okay, so yeah, because I'm the middle guy going, one pick at a time here. I guess it's kind of an advantage, kind of a disadvantage. So I'm gonna flip flop. I'm gonna go back to MPO. Gonna go with I see a common theme with my choices here. So again, I'm going with experience, because a couple of old guys have taught me a couple things here and there. Um, this player, he's rated 963. He's played in 176 events, and he's won 20 of them. He already has 6 podium finishes in 2024, including a third place at Rocket Bear and a second place finish at Fernie Tourney. And also, he came first place at the Mexico Disc Golf Championship and first place at Big Bear last weekend in MP40. Ryan Watson, coming to Team Tree Love.
Ryan
Oh,
Watson.
I'll tell you, Team JPOW. I think you've got a sleeper pick there. I wasn't on my radar.
I think
Oh,
I'm
I
going
had
for
him on.
sleepers and underdogs.
Yeah, I had him on my radar. He
Yeah,
isn't my next pick, but he would have been the next pick after. So
yeah, I'm jumping around a little. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, good pick. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so I've filled out my FPO side of the draw. So now obviously you know that I'm just going to be concentrating on MPOs. So for my fourth pick, first MPO pick overall, I'm going to go with a 994 rated player from Calgary, Alberta. He's only played one event this year, but he did get second at the spring runoff event that we also played at. In 2019, he was third at the Edmonton Open behind Casey and Riley Douglas. Team Shambles welcomes Connell McLeod to the
Great
pick.
pick. Great pick
Yep,
there,
good
Team
pick, good pick.
Shambles.
Hey, I'm starting to feel like I know how to do this now, Jeremy.
Well, the one thing we said last time there, Daryl, and we said this, Mark, was that one of the things about these teams is that these players are amazing Canadian players. So it's almost any one of these teams is a great team. It's just kind of
For
picking
sure.
out who the owner of those teams are, who actually made the picks. It's not not anything more than
Yeah,
that.
Exactly.
exactly. For sure.
Okay, so my MPO list is looking a bit thin now.
Hmm. How
So
you going
we're
to fill
moving
that out,
down my
Team
list
Shambles?
because I have to jump a couple names now because they've already gone, thanks to my fellow counterparts. But I'm going
Just
to
throw the
jump
dart.
down. Yeah, at this point, I'm going to go with this is kind of my wild card under the radar. Kind of this could go any which way, but we don't know. But I'm going to pick a player from Airdrie, Alberta.
Oh.
Oh, you would.
Last year, he placed ninth at this event, but here's the disclaimer: this year so far, he has not played in any events.
He's well rested.
He's well rested. Let's welcome Olivier Cote to the show or to
Yes.
the team.
Well, I
And
can tell you
obviously,
this.
for us,
Go
because
Hopefully
ahead.
to
we
the
were down
show
at
for your benefit.
Wetaskiwin, we played in the Battle Six. He did win the event down there. I forget which division he was in, MA1 or was it
MPO.
MPO? MPO, yeah,
Yeah, MPO. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, and he goes by Ollie as well. And when I went to
Yeah.
Tournament Capital Open, I was out at Rose Hill and I was getting ready to practice. And he came up with his friend and said, "Hey, do you need somebody to play with?" And I said, "Sure." So I got to watch him bomb that disc. And what he did is when everybody else started to get worse with weather and stuff like that, he started getting better. So that was his
Yeah.
thing is he had a slow start at TCO and then he just started hammering and coming back to get that finish that he did last year.
You're just talking up Team Shambles, Jeremy.
Well, I'm just telling you, is that all
I'm
of
just
these
saying I got
players
a
are
good
great,
pick.
and
Yeah.
Ollie,
We
Ollie,
gotta.
you were in lineup for my team. You really were, as you can
Yep.
tell.
Same here.
There you go. So, isn't it frustrating when you have this pick and you're like, okay, I've got it. I got this. No one's mentioned him yet. No one's
Yep.
mentioned him yet. And then, like, the one time right before you're about to say it, somebody else says it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just ready to
Imagine
hit
we had more.
the backspace button there.
Yeah.
Imagine we had more than 3 people picking, it would be so much harder. So we're lucky enough
Right?
it's just the 3 of us. All right,
Exactly.
Team Tree Love, it's
Back
back
to
to
you.
you.
Okay. I'm really hemming and hawing which way I should take this next pick here because I'm scared of who I'm gonna have to deal with after. But
So at the moment, you have two FPO, two MPO.
yeah, 2 and 2 exactly. I'm gonna flip-flop the
Yeah.
whole way through, I think. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm gonna go back to MPO for this one. Okay, so I am going to go with 994 rated player out of West Bank, British Columbia. He gives me some hope. He shot a 1030 rated rounds at last year's TCO, and he also has come very close to 1,000 rated rounds more often than you think. And he was at the 2018 PDGA World Championship in Vermont as well, where he shot a 997 round. So I'm going with Justin Zimmer.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Was he
another
on your
great
radar,
pick.
Jeremy?
He was on my radar. Yep. He
Yeah,
was tied for 4th at TCO last year. Just said he was at Falcons. He was at Nationals. Like he's just ready to start his winning streak here with TCO. That's what I was thinking when I looked at him.
that's that's what I'm hoping. Yep,
Yeah. Well, that fills out your MPO card. Over to
does.
Team
Only one more
JPOW.
pick was there, so
Well, Team JPOW has 2 more picks to go, and they're both going to be FPO picks.
Yep.
One of these players is near and dear to my heart. One of the nicest Edmonton FPO players that you could meet. She's got so much energy. I'm wearing her gear on a regular basis out there. She's got a nickname that comes out in a little bit of a sing-song sometimes when you want it to, and that would be "Has a bomb, has a bomb, has a bomb hong." So we're picking Terry Hong to join our team. What can I tell you about her? She tied for 10th last year, and she's coming off a win. She won out at Night Owl. Mark got to watch that and witness it for sure. And I know she came back to win that one. So,
she did.
yeah, she's looking to do some good things at TCO, and she'll do that on Team JPOW. And
There
then
you
for
go.
our last pick, we have one more FPO. And you know, the nicest thing about this podcast is we get to meet these players. And this player is just coming off a bit of an injury here. But this player is from Calgary, Alberta, rated 898. And she placed 5th in TCO last year. And not only did she place 5th, she was the one player on the FPO side that had an ace in the tournament. And that is Joe Henderson. Welcome to Team JPOW.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was a I would have picked her higher, but given her injury that she's just coming off, that was kind of what made her slide down my list a little bit there. So
Yeah, I hear you,
I'm not.
but I know what with Joe is that she's a fighter and she's going to go out there and
Yeah,
prove some things.
she's been on
So,
social media proving that she's back to throwing. So yeah, it's a good
yeah,
pick.
yeah.
Back to
Okay.
Team Trela for your last pick. That's your
All
team. I
right.
guess we just should say that's Jeremy's Team JPAL fully picked now.
yes, it is.
Right.
We can
Back to
recap that
Team
after.
Trela for your last pick.
So this, I'm still gonna say this. This kind of sticks with my theme here. So I'm gonna say this is an underdog, and I hope I'm right in the sense that I see some potential coming. This is
Mm-hmm.
my last FPO pick out of Kamloops, BC. Currently rated 859. Been a member since only 2022 and has done 22 events since then and has won 13 of them.
Hmm.
So I like my odds.
Yeah.
Um, she has TD tournaments already. She had her second highest rated round at Three Blind Mice, which I hear is a very difficult course. So I'm hoping that plays into effect here as well.
Yeah.
I am picking Elizabeth DeVries.
Good pick. Yeah.
Yes. Now we can also tell you about Elizabeth is she definitely follows Chain Out in that, and she
Nice.
is from what Carrie Neal had told us when we talked to her is she just like you said she teased these events. She was the one who brought in those get in what is it? Get in, get
Getting.
out, get rated.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
putting on those tournaments like nobody's business. So great pick. Great pick.
Nice. Thank
What
you.
I have written down for Elizabeth is that she's played in 8 tournaments this year in 3 divisions, and she's never been outside a podium.
Awesome.
Perfect. See, there's my 7 points right there.
Well, that rounds out your team. So then for my
Yep.
final pick, well, obviously it's going to be an MPO. I'm going to pick a 970 rated player. And like you said, seems like to be a theme of the night for all these players out of Victoria, BC.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
2023 BC Junior Disc Golf Champ, beating out Team J Pow's Carver Whitford. Please welcome
Oh,
Luke Levesque to the show.
Nice.
there you go.
That was the last pick MPO I had.
Yeah. I feel like when you get down to those last couple picks, it's interchangeable. Anyone could go either way. It's just,
Yeah,
I never had. So there
for
you go.
sure.
There's all the picks done. We have our three teams now. We'll give a recap in a few seconds here. But now that the picks are done, we can kind of share any strategy that you had, Mark, other than picking 2 and 2.
So yeah, other than not paying attention to the rules early enough on, um, I was honestly torn between going with kind of the young gun, up and coming adrenaline versus
Yeah.
the expertise of those who have played a lot of tournaments. So I think that's why my team is going to be kind of a good mix of both, and hope that pays off. I was also trying to keep in mind TCO is, a different area than a lot of other places in Canada and other places. So I think local advantage is probably a decent part to that too. So
Yeah.
people that have played the tournament before and had decent rounds there were definitely in my head.
Yeah. And like Jeremy had said before, that it's not until you have to pick players and you go into their PDGA numbers and you see the events that they've played in and how many
Oh
events they've
yeah,
played in that you start to realize that, oh, wow, these players have been around for a while. Like these
right?
players are consistent. They're active. They're playing lots of tournaments,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have a strategy going forward, Jeremy? It didn't seem like it.
Well, Team JPOW always has a strategy.
Better
They
than
pick
seven.
energy.
Friend of the show.
Yeah. We pick friends of the show. We pick people with lots of energy. One of the things that I know from actually being at TCO last year is that these players are going to be playing at Logan Lake rather than Rose Hill, and where Rose Hill is going to would normally hit them with a lot of wind and stuff. And
Yeah,
actually, real quick thing on Rose Hill, I did see. I don't know if you guys saw, but they've
Yeah.
got T pads in now. They're going
Yeah.
to have that one back up and running before you know it. So I bet you the players out there will get a chance to practice on it and just give it a try. But anyways, they're going to be playing Logan Lake. Logan Lake is a wooded course. Those Victoria players play in the woods all day long. I kept that in mind, and just knowing that if you can hit a straight line, you're going to do well there. And yeah, I think we got a
Hmm.
great team. We'll recap it for you
Some
in a moment. How about you, Daryl?
somebody who plays well in the woods, somebody that has mentioned on the podcast that they play really good in the woods. Someone like Gabby Lee. Is that what you're trying to say, Jeremy?
Yeah, somebody when you have the first pick, it's easy to pick the amazing Gabby Lee. That's for sure.
So we kind of mentioned this last episode with Tim that the way that the tournaments are set up, obviously that there's not as many FPO as there is MPO, but the same amount of FPO in this tournament as Foxwood, and with there only being 10 FPO, I feel like the amount like and Tim kind of went along the same lines as well, that if you can get your 3 FPO picks, you have a higher chance of getting your podiums from your FPO whereas opposed in the MPO, with there being a greater depth of players in that division, that top 10, that top 3, there's so much change that can happen. So that was
Right.
my strategy, and that's why I picked the 3 FPO straight away, because I want to try and guarantee the first, second, and third.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie,
And
you guys both surprised me with that, but I get it now.
Well, you can let the next guest on the show for the next tournament
yeah,
know.
I feel a little bit
Yeah,
bad
there you
about
go. Yeah,
giving the strategy out, but yeah, I
it's all
mean,
good.
who
Yeah,
knows in the next
makes
episode,
sense
the next event. Hopefully, we have a few more FPOs to pick from. Hopefully,
for
it'll make it a
sure.
little bit tougher to pick from there. But
Yeah.
yeah, let's. I'll put up on the screen now the everybody's team. So, guest of the show, Mark, why don't you go first if you can remember which 6 players you picked?
Yeah, I got everything written down here. So I've got Thomas Gilbert, Ryan Watson, and Justin Zimmer for MPO.
Yeah,
And I've got Julie Mullins, Brianna Ainsley, and Elizabeth DeVries for the FPOs.
That
yeah,
sounds like a great team. It's
and
really
I
great,
think
but
so.
maybe not as great as Team JPOW. I think Team JPOW sitting here with Nicholas Culver, Carver Whitford, and Miguel Alvarado on the MPO side. And then on the FPO side, we have Christy Lee. We have, hey, where's my other ones? Christy Lee, Terry Heiserbaum Hong, and Joe Henderson on our team. We're locked and loaded, ready for TCO.
Kind of interesting there that you have Nick Culver and Miguel Alvarado, who are her friends. I wonder if they'll. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting pick there. And then Team Shambles taking down the win. Oh, sorry, we haven't played the event yet.
Wrong week.
Gabby Lee, Amber Chason, Bailey Inglis, Connor McLeod, Ollie Cote, and Luke Levesque.
Nice. Well, we know Carrie Neal and Chad Smoliak are going to put on an amazing tournament this weekend. The players' packs are awesome. These players are getting jerseys. They're going to be looking good. They're going to be playing good. Can't wait to see what the results are, and I can't wait to come back and tell you guys thanks for participating with me, and and I'll take your congratulations at that time.
Yeah. And on that note, while we're talking about the TDs, don't forget to tune into the next episode of Chain Out Podcast, where we'll do the same as we did at the Foxwood Open, where we've already confirmed that we're going to have Carrie Neal, the TD of this event, on the podcast to let us know how the event went down and her insights from the event. And also we're hoping to have the MPO and FPO winners on that podcast as well. So that'll be a great episode. Don't forget to watch that one. But there's nothing else left to say, I don't think.
Got any last words there, Team Tree Love?
Nothing at all. I was kind of I thought Daryl maybe made a comment about trees because I went like this, and I do have trees on me, and I'm really hoping that's part of it.
There you go.
I want to stick with me through this weekend because I'm going to need some tree love for Hidden Gem, but let's see how it goes.
Good luck at that, guys. All right, well, thanks for joining us as the special guest. And do we chain out this one, Daryl? What do you think? Should we get everybody in on this one?
Well, I think Tim did try and do that last episode, right? So I think we should hand it over to, I noticed you have a very nice disc in the background there, Mark.
You mean that pier or that pier? Or that wooden one over there that says I know how to putt when I don't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we stage our backgrounds to have the nice discs, and the nice discs that we have at this time, and whichever discs are in favor. But we don't have any trophies to put out to say that we won events, do we, Jeremy?
Not yet. One day we will.
Look at that flex.
I only put up 2 of them. I mean, come on.
So tell us, man, what hole would you throw that Three Amigos Pure on, and what might it do when you throw it?
Oh, I mean, you know what? It's probably just going to go straight in on, let's see, hole 2, Hermitage, either tee. Okay. It's going straight in, and when it does, it's probably going to.
It's never gonna.
It could never.
It's always gonna. Chain out.
Chain out.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.